Good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching or listening to this. My name is Vinny Apicella, and this is the Sports Wire, the most electrifying podcast in all of internet radio or television today. I am Vinny Apicella, like I said, and we are here. Today is Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. I know I wanted to do an episode on Monday, but I just didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. But the fact is, actually, I was supposed to have an interview with somebody. It was supposed to be more of a political episode on Monday. It didn't go through, so unfortunately I didn't get a chance to record. But I'm recording today. That interview is going to take place tomorrow, so I'll probably release it on Friday. Either way, today is going to be sports center or wrestling centered, but I am going to touch on some sports as well. The fact is that we're in a very bad time in our nation's history. So much going on at once with coronavirus shutting down the majority of everything. And then we still have the presidential election between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, as well as the Black Lives Matters riots and the Antifa riots as well. A lot of stuff. Here's where it comes into sports. Okay? You have the NBA, the NFL, and Major League Baseball, all kneeling for the national anthem, wearing names of Black Lives Matter people slain on their helmets, regardless of whether they were good people or not. Now, I'm not going to say that everybody's a bad person, or, I do agree that people do make mistakes and people are generally good people. But here's the deal, okay? Drew Brees, okay, quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Great guy that I've followed his career for a while. He's been great. Earlier this year, he came out with, during the summer, I want to say maybe in June or so, he came out with a comment saying that he refused to kneel for the national anthem and that he would stand, and kneeling was, it was disrespectful to the country, which is. And then the social justice warriors, the people out there who just absolutely desecrate our flag, like Colin Kaepernick, they kneel for the national anthem, they say they want to fight for social justice and this, that, the other thing, and they talk about systemic racism and all this other garbage that was created, and they got to him, and they forced him, basically, like his teammates and everything, they forced him to retract and apologize. And now he's wearing the name of Jacob Blake on his helmet. Jacob Blake, who last week was shot in the back 7 times by a Kenosha, Wisconsin, I believe it was Wisconsin, a Kenosha a police officer. But here's the thing. Do you know why he was shot? Because he was being arrested for a warrant under his name for sexually assaulting and raping a 15-year-old girl. Okay, there was a protective order against him from his girlfriend and his kids that were in the car that he was trying to get into after the cop told him not to get into it, and he was going for a knife that was in the car, the vehicle. Okay, so there we go. Resisting arrest. Now, I'm not saying that people who are criminals should be shot, but when a cop says freeze, I mean, stereotypically, but when a cop says stay where you are, put your hands up, put your hands on top of your head, whatever, do not go into the car, you listen. End of discussion. Okay, I know that there are plenty of African American parents now that teach their kids to be afraid of cops, and that's the worst thing in the world to do. Okay, if you follow the rules, follow the orders from the cops. And I'm not saying it because cops are above the law or cops should, be heralded as heroes or they should be heralded as heroes. I'm not saying that cops should be put on a pedestal like God. Okay, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that if you're committing a crime or you've committed a crime and there's a warrant for your arrest, I get it. Nobody wants to go to prison, but you have to be held accountable for what you've done. End of discussion. So, if you're caught, you listen to the cops. A, you won't get shot. And B, you may have to go to prison, but you deserve to go to prison. So would you? So here's what you have to think about: would you rather go to prison, or would you rather be dead or paralyzed for life? Because Jacob Blake is paralyzed now, and you know what? Because of that, because of this whole fiasco, the idiots over in that city dropped the charges against him. Okay, he was in his bed, handcuffed, because every prisoner, everybody who's arrested and going to the hospital is handcuffed to the bed, and the social justice warriors, the millennials, the liberals, the Black Lives Matter people, they said, oh, well, you better take his, it's not right to have him handcuffed. He was a prisoner. Yes, he should have been handcuffed to the bed. He should have been arrested, because that's what it was. How do you think his victim feels seeing that the majority of NFL players are putting his name on their helmet to honor this man, who's less than a man, because he had his way with a 15-year-old girl. Okay, forcefully. He raped her, a rapist. Okay? And he's being honored. The same thing with George Floyd. Okay? At the time of his death, he had a toxic amount, a fatal amount of fentanyl in his system, and that's why he couldn't breathe. Now, should Chauvin have put his knee on his neck? No, absolutely not. But that wasn't the reason why he died. Okay? It had nothing to do with race. So this whole thing, for the past 4 months, has been built on a lie. Craziness. Crazy. You want to protest for Breonna Taylor? Okay, that was a sad situation. Yes, she should never have died. But unfortunately, when cops have intel, whether it's bad or not, and even though it was a no-knock warrant, they still knocked. It was the middle of the night. They did what they had to do. Unfortunately, she got caught in the crossfire. And her boyfriend shot first. Think about it. Her boyfriend shot first, so the police were returning fire. Now, granted, if you think somebody's coming into your home, I get it. You're going to shoot, which is why he was, the charges were dropped against him because of the 911 call. I get that. It's sad. Should the cops be held accountable? Yes. Should they be arrested and fired? No. They should be put on administrative leave, unpaid, and until they get to the bottom of whatever happened and how that intel went wrong. I get it. But no crime was committed. So no, they should not be going to jail for murder. Okay? It was an unfortunate situation. But you want to protest her? Fine. Put her name. Say her name. I get it. Ahmaud Arbery, or whatever his name, Arbery, whatever. Yes. Again, that killing was out of cold blood, and it was a racist act. I get it. But those were only 2. Okay? So, we know that the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, the majority of those players, okay, are either A, buckling to the pressure and of social justice warriors, or they're just idiots, okay? So here's what I propose, okay? You want to really make a change? Instead of boycotting Game 5 of the NBA playoffs, which you're still going to play and get paid for anyways, okay? Instead of boycotting Week 1 of the NFL because you're idiots, okay, which that NFL is clearly and quickly losing fans. But you want to do something about it, all you players out there? Take 90% of your contract salary, okay? 90%. Because you could live on the other 10%, okay? So take 90% of it and give it to the inner city school so that they could pay for teachers. So they could pay teachers more. So they could actually work on the inner city children, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, anybody who lives in the inner city, okay? And I'm not just saying black, it's everybody, okay? Because every child has the same opportunities in this world, and they also have the same pressures in this world, okay? It takes a strong parent, okay, a strong parental bond to have children not join into gangs, not be prisoners or criminals, okay? You see a home where the father's in prison, the mother has a lot of children, 3 or 4 or 5 children, okay? Or she's out turning tricks, or she's out whatever, or she's a drug addict trying to make ends meet. I get it. The system is broken. But to say that the system is racist is stupid. It could happen to anybody. Okay? Every child, when you're born, has the same amount of opportunity. It all depends on if your parents get you there, or take advantage of the opportunities, or work hard enough to get those opportunities. It doesn't just mean that something's going to be handed to you. Okay? Because it shouldn't be handed to you. You have to work for it. That's the point. Okay? You work for it. All right. So, anyways, that's my point. The inner city schools, okay, that obviously have lower paid teachers that can't get good teachers because they're being paid lower, okay, than what's able to make you survive, okay. If the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB all take 90% of their contract salaries and donate it to an inner city school, they can get better teachers. They can get teachers better paid. Therefore, kids may not slip through the cracks. That's the problem. How about we get these parents involved, okay? So the point, get the fathers out of prison for selling drugs, or for, smoking weed or whatever, or having marijuana on them. Get those people out of prison, okay? Because they need to be with their families. But here's the problem, okay? And this is turning into a rant today, I can already see. There's no morals. Children, male children, men, boys, okay, are not raised with morals anymore. When I was in prison, and I'm going to be honest with you, when I was in prison, okay, I had one cellmate of mine who actually bragged about having 9 children with 8 different mothers. 8 different mothers. Did your parents not teach you to wear a condom? And how about the woman? How about, did she, suggest or say, I don't want to have a kid? Or, whatever. It's like, how could you be proud of that? Number one, you could never make enough money in your lifetime to give to 8 women for child support. Because obviously you're not going to be in everyone's lives, especially if you're in prison, which is hard enough as it is. But now you lay that burden on the woman. And not every woman gets remarried or gets to be in a relationship where the guy actually wants to take care of somebody else's children. It takes a special man to actually want to be a stepfather to children that actually loves, and that's a whole different story. But the fact is, boys have to be raised with morals and values, okay? And that's what it boils down to, okay? We have a lot. Look at the NFL. How many of those NFL players have been convicted of domestic abuse, or at least, accused of domestic abuse, arrested of it? And I get it. You're innocent until proven guilty. But the fact is, how many players are arrested for domestic abuse? Every year. It's almost like a prerequisite to play in the NFL. And it's sad. You get on a guy like Tim Tebow, who actually had morals, who was a Christian, who actually prayed to God on the field. He knelt down to pray to God, okay, and people ridiculed him. But then you got an idiot like Colin Kaepernick who kneels for the national anthem. And now it's sweeping the nation where every sports player wants to do that. And I get it. We all want change. We all want the society to change. But it starts with doing something. I don't have millions of dollars. If I did, I would be doing much more in the community. But you know who does have millions of dollars? LeBron James. Okay, the idiot that wanted to boycott and cancel the NBA season for this idiot, Jacob Blake. Okay? So, and I get it. He does a lot for Cleveland. I'm not denying that. And I'm not going to discredit that. But you know what? How much money is he making? $400 million over 3 years or 4 years or something? I don't even know what his contract is, so I'm just throwing a number out. Why can't you live on $1 million a year? I get it, taxes or whatever. You got to figure that. All right. So why can't you live on $3 million a year and take the rest of that money and put it into LA so that the school kids can be taught by good teachers, or teachers will feel motivated to be at work? I just saw a Twitter post that there was a teacher in, I want to say LA, California somewhere, 26 years old, and made an OnlyFans account, in order to get extra money. Now, I don't, whatever. OnlyFans is for, amateur porn stars, basically, that want extra money. There's so many women who are selling their bodies virtually nowadays. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that whether that's right or wrong or not. I have personal beliefs. Everybody has personal beliefs. That's not where I'm getting at. But if the school system actually paid a decent wage, especially in California where the cost of living is outrageous, they wouldn't have to do it. And she got fired from her job because of it. Now, granted, I'm sure you could have done Uber Eats or Grubhub or Postmates or DoorDash, whatever. I get it, but this is what she chose. And hey, you know what? If you have a good body, that you want to flaunt it. And again, that's your personal preference. I'm not here to debate that. But again, maybe that doesn't make as much money as OnlyFans. I don't know. I've never seen the thing. All right. I've been ranting for 15 minutes now. Okay. So let's get on to a little bit of wrestling, at least. I did not watch NXT last night. So I'll watch it tonight when it comes on the WWE Network. But I did watch Impact from last night. Okay, I watched it just this morning. I DVR'd it. I did not DVR NXT. For some reason, I keep forgetting to DVR NXT. But Impact, we have a new Impact World Champion. It is Eric Young. EY came back. It's the anniversary. And he beat Eddie Edwards last night using his hockey mask as a weapon to beat Eddie Edwards. Great match. I like some of the stuff in Impact. I really do. I like Deonna Purrazzo as the Knockouts champion. Tennille Dashwood made her return last night, former Emma in WWE, during Deonna Purrazzo's black tie affair. Her celebration of winning the 30-minute Iron Woman match from the week prior with Jordynne Grace, and keeping the Knockouts championship. It was great until now. I have not had too much of a problem with Wrestle House. What they were doing there, I didn't like the idea of not having commentary, but I get it because it's it's out in the field. But see, here's another problem. At the end of their Wrestle House feature, they all went in with with their hands like hey or whatever, and they disappeared from the ring. You know what I mean? And then during the black tie affair for Deonna Purrazzo, they all reappeared in the ring. Like, come on now. That's some stupid crap. Like broken Matt Hardy was doing. That's not realistic. And Kylie Ray had the title, so that'll be the next challenger for the Knockouts Championship. But again, stupidity. That part, at least, of Impact. Let's see. Moving on. Monday Night Raw. First of all, before that, we had a pay-per-view this past Sunday again. We had WWE Payback, which 2.5 hours long. It's compact. It was tight. Great matches. I fully enjoyed it. The ending match was a triple threat match for the triple threat, no disqualification match, obviously, for the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. I loved the story, and we'll put up the SmackDown logo while I'm talking about this. I love the story from Friday night that Adam Pearce had to get all of the signatures for that title, for the title match. He went to the Firefly Funhouse first. And again, it's a stupid concept. It's a kid's show like Blue's Clues. He knocks on the door and all of a sudden he's in a postal outfit, which I think Vince gave him, so it wasn't like he just morphed into one. Vince gave him that postal outfit. to wear to get in the Firefly Funhouse, and he got that signature. Then he got Braun Strowman's, who, in order to get his attention, Drew Gulak hit him with the chair and then ran. You know, it's like, come on now. But then Braun Strowman just killed Drew Gulak, just killed him. And then you had Roman Reigns, who showed, who Adam Pearce actually got into Reigns' locker room, gave him the contract, and guess who was sitting right next to Roman Reigns? Paul Heyman. And Heyman, he didn't sign the contract right then. He didn't sign the contract even the majority of the way through the pay-per-view. Bray Wyatt gave Braun Strowman a superplex from the top rope. The ring broke, collapsed in on itself. And then Roman Reigns comes out, signs the contract, goes in, hits Bray Wyatt with a Superman punch to knock him out of the ring, hits Braun Strowman with a spear. 1, 2, 3. New Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. The big dog is back on top in his yard. Women's Tag Team Championship match. You had Sasha and Bayley, okay, so let me just say the match first. It was Sasha and Bayley defending against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are a Raw tag team. And so why they had Michael Cole and Corey Graves do the commentary for that match, I don't know. But either way, it was a great match. I like seeing Nia and Shayna as a tag team. Shayna's great. I mean, she's just awesome. And I like Nia just, celebrating when she didn't do much in the match. So that they're going to have a good chemistry, good dynamic in that. Fantastic match, absolutely. Let's see. You also had King Corbin against Matt Riddle. Again, it was a SmackDown match. Riddle came out on top of that one. It was a good match overall. I really liked the pay-per-view in general. It was fantastic. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton, another Monday Night Raw match. Keith Lee beat Randy Orton clean in the ring with his Spirit Bomb finisher. 1, 2, 3. I can't get any better than that. Yes, here's why his song changed. I didn't realize this until I looked it up. CFO, who took over basically for Jim Johnston when Johnston was released, and actually prior to that, Johnston was working with CFO, the group. Apparently, whoever publishes their music, WWE had tried to buy them out and take them in-house. It didn't work. The talks failed or whatever, which I'm kind of shocked at. But CFO, their publishing group, kind of put their foot down, so they couldn't work with the WWE anymore. So because Keith Lee's song was, made by CFO, WWE is trying to move away from the CFO music so that they don't have to pay rights fees anymore. So that's why the new music, as far as the new outfit, on Raw, it looked like he had really baggy shorts on, almost looked like a skirt. But at Payback, he actually had a decent, he had his regular shorts on and a t-shirt, which, okay, whatever. I'm not big on that. I'm not, going to complain about that. At least he won the match clean. For people saying, oh, well, he's being ruined, just chill. Last night, or this past Monday on Monday Night Raw, Keith Lee was in a triple threat match after beating the hell out of Dolph Ziggler. Keith Lee fought against Randy Orton, who had earlier in the night defeated... Who the heck did Orton defeat? You know what? I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember who Orton defeated earlier in the night for the opportunity to get to the triple threat match. I know Seth Rollins defeated Dominic Mysterio. But for the life of me, I can't figure out who Randy Orton fought. Because it was so quick. It was literally an RKO and a 1, 2, 3. That's how he won the match. And then the main event was Randy Orton against Keith Lee against Seth Rollins. The ending, people were crapping on the ending. They really were. They were saying how the ending buried Keith Lee and and stuff, and it was a very bad ending. But you know what? I didn't care. You know, it looked good to me. Randy Orton hit Keith Lee with the RKO, and Keith Lee rolled out of the ring. And then wait a minute, setting it up, Keith Lee hit Seth Rollins with the Spirit Bomb. As soon as he got up from that, Randy Orton hit Keith Lee with the RKO. Keith Lee rolls out of the ring, Randy Orton goes for the pin, 1, 2, 3. Simple booking. That's great. It kind of saves Keith Lee, you know, it kind of puts over the RKO, but it puts over the Spirit Bomb to the point where, well, hell, you know, it beat me, it can beat somebody else. So, I mean, it works out. It really does. All right. AEW is on tonight. They go on tonight. There's going to be, well, hell, I don't even know what's going to be on AEW tonight. Because I didn't pay attention. No, not because I didn't pay attention. I don't know what's going to be on AEW tonight. So pay attention to it. Watch it. You know, watch AEW tonight. Dynamite. Going into All Out for this week. Oh, the one thing that's advertised is John Moxley is facing MJF's attorney because that was page 17 of the contract he signed last week. Good story, really good story. However, moving on to something a little different and something a little, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's stupid, but PAPW, Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling, okay? It's a school and a small indie promotion in East Haven, Connecticut. Richard Holiday from MLW came out of there, or at least worked with them. It's run by Paul Roma and Mario Mancini. Paul Roma obviously is a WWE and WCW legend, former Four Horsemen member, former member of the team Power and Glory with Hercules. And you know what? Maybe I should tweet Conrad Thompson. Anyways, and Mario Mancini is a former, you know, enhancement talent for the WWE back in, you know, the 70s and 80s. They run Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling in East Haven, Connecticut. Earlier this week, they were hit with a cease and desist letter from the town of East Haven saying that that professional wrestling, that wrestling in general, was grouped in with adult entertainment. As in adult movie theaters, adult bookshops, adult, you know, strip clubs, porn stores, and the like. And so they wanted to close it down. There is a petition on change.org put together by Mario's daughter Jess Inzatari. I'm going to try to get one of them on the show for the next week, trying to talk about it. I know Mario Mancini's talking with the mayor Joe Cataforo, Cataforo today. So hopefully it comes out good and it'll all be taken care of. But the guy's a Democrat, so he's an idiot. We know that already. But, you know, how could you lump wrestling in with adult entertainment? I did contact and tweet and tag in the tweet Stephen P. New, you know, Jim Cornette's lawyer extraordinaire, the consigliere of the cult of Cornette. But yeah, definitely look on change.org about PAPW, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. Sign the petition to get that overturned because it's ridiculous. It really is. Anyways, my name is Vinny Apicella. Thank you for watching. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at VApicellSWE. Follow the Sportswire on Twitter at SportsWire Audio. This show today was brought to you by Jody's Cup of Health, all natural products for health and wellness. And you can visit their website, jodycupofhealth.org. Also, Francesco Barone, Dr. Barone, who I had on here last week, you could go to his website, and his website, let me just double check it for you, is, well, I think I deleted the email. Francesco Barone Guitar. I will have the link in, the notes down at the bottom, in the comment section. go follow them. Go give them some business. Firefly Flow Troop as well. I will provide all these links in the comment section, in the notes and description section of the show. Have a great day, everybody. Please, like I said, go to change.org, look up the PAPW petition, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling from East Haven, Connecticut, and sign it. Because wrestling is not pornography, never will be. Maybe the Attitude Era at times, but whatever. Anyways, thank you. Have a great week, everybody. Well, I'll be back here Friday with a great interview with Daniela Vita here on the Sports Wire. Enjoy your day, everybody.